Okay, so we want to get back into this breaking news story that Kawhi Leonard will be a Los Angeles Clipper. We're learning more details via Woj of ESPN. So Kawhi Leonard wanted to join the best team available, but he really didn't want to join the Los Angeles Lakers and create a super team. He still wanted to be one of the premier options on the best team available. Hence, he told the Los Angeles Clippers, go get me another all-star and we'll figure this thing out. I want to work with Paul George. I think this is worth noting because if you remember, I told you guys this a few days ago, last Saturday, a week ago today, Kawhi Leonard called Kevin Durant and talked about teaming up with KD. So Kawhi was doing his due diligence, right? So I just wanted to put that out there. Kawhi, the guy that, is the quiet guy that doesn't get a lot of PR or press around the league, he doesn't talk a lot. He doesn't want all that spotlight and attention. He was out recruiting, all right? He was getting to work. He was making phone calls. So I brought all that up to say, if you want more on Kawhi Leonard joining the Los Angeles Clippers, my first thoughts, go check my previous video. What I want to do now is focus on the other side of this, which I think is a bigger story than Kawhi Leonard joining the Los Angeles Clippers. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul George demanded a trade out of Oklahoma City Thunder. Reportedly, he got into it with Russell Westbrook. This is news to me. I knew nothing of this. Paul George was not happy in Oklahoma City. He realized, just a year ago, Paul George, he decided to sign with the Oklahoma City Thunder without taking another meeting with another team. Remember that? He was expected to join the Los Angeles Lakers. He got sold on this running it back with Russell Westbrook. They were going to do it without Carmelo Anthony. They were going to figure it out as a team. Remember, Russell Westbrook threw Paul George a party where Nas performed at, hip-hop legend. And Paul George was like, I don't even need to go meet with any other team. I want to do something special here in Oklahoma City Thunder. Fast forward a year later, the Thunder get eliminated from the playoffs again in the first round. Damian Lillard waves goodbye to the team. Paul George is banged up towards the end of the year. And reportedly, Russell Westbrook and Paul George got into it. And Paul George said, I'm out of here, man. He went into that Oklahoma City front office and said, I want out. And the Thunder felt like they were backed into a corner. They felt like they didn't want to go into the season with one disgruntled superstar, borderline make it two if Russ is not happy. So just like Kevin Durant, Paul George said, I'm done with Russell Westbrook. And at some point, we got to start talking about the legacy of Russell Westbrook. Because now this is, if you got Paul George on your superstar list, which I think he's right on the cusp of being a superstar in this league, if you got Paul George right there, at some point you got to say, yo, Russ, you just ran two superstar talents at the forward position out of town. They don't want nothing to do with you, all right? Paul George tells the Thunder that he wants out. And give the Thunder credit. They got a crazy overhaul. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a good NBA player. He's young, though. He's super young, right? The Clippers traded everything to make this deal happen. I mean, literally, they pretty much gave up more than they gave up more than what the Lakers essentially gave up for Anthony Davis a week or two ago. The Clippers give up, and I want to get this right because there was a little bit of a discrepancy in the last video. They give up Danilo Gallinari to make it work contractually. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a young talent. They give up 4 unprotected first-round picks. All right, I want to make that clear. It's 4 unprotected first-round picks, another first-round pick which will be protected, and 2 second-round picks. So you get 7 picks. 4 are unprotected first-round picks, meaning pretty much every time the Clippers are expected to go up and draft a player for the next few years, it's going to be the Thunder's picks. There's even some Miami picks involved in that as well, backing off of a previous trade. But nevertheless, the Thunder, they got a rebuild started. I don't know what the direction is with Russell Westbrook. I don't know what you do with him. You got guys not wanting to play with this dude, not even trying to work it out. They're just leaving town. And they called Kevin Durant crazy, but damn, is another superstar crazy? Like the fact that Russ and PG got into it, I know Kawhi Leonard will take the headlines tomorrow, but there's a reason why he's playing in Los Angeles right now. And Woj of ESPN was asked straight up and down a few minutes ago, do you believe Kawhi Leonard would be a Los Angeles Clipper if this trade did not get pulled off? And Woj said no, he'd be a Laker or a Raptor, most likely a Laker. So just put that in perspective. This trade was everything. This is what Kawhi Leonard was waiting on. This trade had to happen. Kawhi reached out to Paul George to recruit him, and Paul George not only did he tell the Thunder, that he wanted out, he let it be known that he wanted to be a Los Angeles Clipper. The Thunder made it happen. I can't believe the Thunder just let him go like that. Like, think about this. Y'all gave the New Orleans Pelicans all type of grief and slack all year for even potentially doing business with the Lakers. And the Thunder, literally a couple days after their guy just demands a trade out, you see what he's trying to do. You see he's clearly trying to go to Los Angeles and be a part of a really good team, and you just let him go. You just trade him a couple days later because he wants to be traded. Didn't even try to work it out. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Clippers. They got themselves a hell of a roster. They got Patrick Beverley at point. Shaman is probably going to run the 2. Remember, he came over in the Philadelphia 76ers trade last year. They got Kawhi and PG at the 3 and the 4. At the 5, we'll see what they decide to do. Remember, they got Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell coming off their bench. Ladies and gentlemen, the Los Angeles Clippers are in business. I tell people, one reason why the Clippers can sign guys like Kawhi and PG is because Lou Williams takes a less of a contract to play off that bench. He doesn't want all the money in the world. Lou Williams takes significantly less money off that bench. He could get paid more than that, but he's cool with making his $7-8 million a year. The Los Angeles Clippers are in business, ladies and gentlemen, and now you got a legit battle of Staples Center. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard versus LeBron James, Anthony Davis. PG says, bye-bye, Russell Westbrook. I'm heading to LA this time, for real. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. You are now tuned in.
Yeah, we locked in right now, Mr.
Mr.Taliaferro.
Mr.Taliaferro. Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr.Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV. Here with the triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.